Hello everybody, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone for Kaiserreich, Germany. So we have done it. We have defeated the French. We have defeated the International. We defeated the Russians. We have won the Second Weltkrieg. Now we are still at war with the Japanese, but we can worry about that like right now, but soon. But people thought we weren't going to do it. People were saying in the comments like, you're cooked. And you know what? I agree. There was a bit there where we were looking cooked. But just like the mighty Hot Pocket in a microwave that has too low of a wattage, the outside might have been boiling hot, but that center was freezing cold. And then when the French and the International tried to bite in that freezing cold Hot Pocket, it broke their teeth and they died. That's us. We're the frozen middle of the Hot Pocket that didn't quite cook well enough. And we were able to win. I'm actually genuinely surprised that we were. I thought we were also in a cooked situation. But luckily, it was just a microwave that didn't have enough wattage. I hate my microwave, like, in my house. It's like 700 watts. It sucks. If you need to buy a microwave, don't cheap out and buy a low wattage microwave. They're garbage. Anyways. Shit, I pressed the wrong button. So, what is our goal for today? Well, we don't need to trade with the Austrians anymore. We have our own puppet states. So we can get supplies off of you. Tungsten. We have a subject that's tungsten, right? Yeah, Germany's Asia. Why am I even trading with Burma? When I could trade Germany's Asia. You know, Spain is a puppet. Yeah, we can trade with Spain. There we go. And then we can also trade with the Russians. That's going to save us a handful of factories. That's quite nice for us. What do we even do with our factories anymore at this point, man? We're building our AA guns in Eastern Europe. Might as well just kind of let that keep going. The thing is, I don't really know. Like, we don't have any nuclear techs. So I guess we can just build... I do have building slots still in Germany. So let's build some stuff here. Sounds good to me. And now we can kind of start doing our post-war focuses, which I think will be quite nice. The formal request for the Belarusian People's Republic. With the peace settled in our European hegemony more secure than ever, our loyal ally on what was once the eastern frontier of Middle Europa, which we usually call White Ruthenia, has made a formal request through their embassy in Berlin. For most of the interwar period, the Belarusians have been dependent on our protection and not on our power to rise itself from the backwater to a nation, as they claim, equal to the rest of Europe. With their eastern claims secured and the Russian threat all but destroyed, the Belarusian ambassador believes that a new relationship between our nations should be considered. Specifically one between two free nations, rather than one of protector and vassal. You know what? Sure. Belarus, you've won your independence. Now Lithuania and Baltic duchies. I don't think you guys can declare your independence. And you know what? You shouldn't be allowed to either. Hot take, hot take. So the Ottomans are probably going to release their part of the Russian spoils. That's probably what's happening right now. I think the Ottomans have deserved it. Like, they did. Oh, they actually just gave it to Russia. Well, okay. That's fine, then. If they want to do it that way, I'm not going to complain. Now, why would Turkey give up the Turkic people to the Russian Republic? I don't know, but I'm not going to question them. They've made their decision. I do not want fog of war. So I'm thinking, like, we could send troops. Well, where's my navy, actually? Because I need you to start moving your way towards Asia. But if we can get military access through you, military access through the revolutionary government, we can send troops to southern China to try to push against the Empire of Japan. China, how close are you to being killed off? Because I do not... You're actually pretty close. I do not want you to collapse. So you are Green Army here. We're going to send Green Army to this front. We are going to send... Red Army's here now as well. We're going to send Red Army to go... Where is Nanjing? Nanjing's over there. We need to send troops to deal with the Japanese. I don't want the KMT to capitulate. Now, obviously, the KMT are socialist, which isn't great for us. However, Japan's directly threatening our colonial possessions, and we cannot have that at all. And also, we have all these planes that I've deployed. Where are these planes? They're all over here. They can figure out what they're going to do afterwards. That's not my problem. Now, we are at war with all of you. Did we call Russia into the war? Yeah, no, they are involved in the war as well. But I think one of you, let's say Brown Army. You do have some tanks in there, but you know what? Let's delete your plan. So we have Hong Kong over here. It's felt to legation cities. We need to get like some sort of naval invasion plan going. What if we go from Hong Kong to Taiwan, and then we use Taiwan as a launching point to get our way into the mainland, into the home isles? I think that makes sense. 17 infantry. Let's go with 9 on you. Prepare our forces. And then White Army. I mean, we could probably send you... Let's send you maybe up towards, like, Shaanxi. Shaanxi would not military access through. So let's get these guys a little bit like that. We're not going to worry about my clique too much, for obvious reasons that I don't actually give a shit about them. But we just got to make sure... Where's Wuhan? Wuhan's over here. It hasn't collapsed quite yet. My clique has ended their hostilities with the Fedian government. Did the Fedian government... They've actually abandoned the Japanese. Japan is now at war with the Fedian government. Am I still at war with you? I'm still at war with you. I'm going to politics tool then, because it doesn't make any sense that I would still be at war with them. We were only at war with them because they were in the Japanese faction. But you've decided to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe Japan does suck. And I appreciate that. So what if I said military access... Yeah, military access through you. So now Blue Army is going to deploy directly on the Korean border here. Yeah, bring our troops down. Oil processing is done. Let's go with more rubber processing there as well. And actually it means that we don't care about you. So White Army, delete your orders. You're now going to move your way to here. This red line is not anything I care about anymore. How are our troops doing? I mean, there's not that many Japanese troops actually in China. So, I mean, if we can actually just send you to, let's say, select you to go here. Select you to go and recapture some of our territory. The occupation requires more resources. Our occupation of our syndicalist enemies continue. And as it turns out, we underestimated the amount of resources and men that such a colossal project would require. I'm guessing we need to... there's a focus in here somewhere that we saw. Legacy of the Weltkrieg. Probably War of the Vanquished. We just send some troops to Russia and to the French. Because they're not big fans of us. I don't know why. I feel like they should be big fans of us. But they've decided that they actually despise us, which is very rude. So Green Army, I think Green Army can push. I mean, there's really like not that... How many troops does Japan have? Do we know? Maximum of 130 is actually a little embarrassing. Where are my spies? So, X, send 1 to Taiwan, send 1 to southern Japan. I think is this Hokkaido? No, it's Kyushu! You're Hokkaido, right? Yes, there we go. Okay, so Green Army is doing very, very well. Let's see if we can maybe push the Japanese out of some of these cities. Red Army, do you actually have a battle plan? Did I give Red Army a battle plan? I did. So Red Army should be pushing their way in. White Army is going to be pushing their way down towards here. And they should do that when they can. Blue Army needs to move their way into Korea. Where's White? White Army, you also just attack. Everybody who can attack should just kind of go for it. Yeah, so let's Woe the Vanquished. Is there anything here we actually care about? Do I care about you anymore? I don't believe so. We can still arrest people, which is kind of fun. What about a war support? It's still actually... It's going up. Let's do some heroism. We're now getting 0.8% per week, which is pretty good. Now, supplies here are low, but it's because we don't have any supplies ourselves. We're liberating some of the legation cities. And by liberating them, I mean bringing them back into our folds. Okay, White Army's now here. Move your way towards a highway. And Blue Army. Let's go to Pyongyang, go to Seoul, and just kind of follow the railroad down to Busan. It's going to be kind of nice. It's not often that we get to do, you know, pushing our way into Korea while also having units that are not dog shit. Because normally it's like, what, you dealing with like the you're dealing with like Chinese troops, and they're not very good, unfortunately. Because they have so many penalties. You don't have a great industry. Germany can do whatever the hell they fucking want. The formation of the Christian People's Party. The election of 1936 and the faction conflict in the aftermath proved that Zentrum needs a thorough internal reform if it wishes to compete for leadership of our nation in later elections and avoid dying out. Pushed at from both sides and no longer able to form a moderate March coalition. The political landscape of the empire has greatly changed in 36 as well, requiring a different approach to parliamentary elections. For decades, the debate of staying in the tower against leaving the tower has been a headache for Zentrum leaders. Some taking a position that Zentrum should reform itself into an all-Christian conservative party and should position itself to maintain a right-wing alternative to the left, while others were concerned about abandoning Catholicism would make the party lose its one substantial uniting factor. The trade union wing and the reactionary right were especially interested in leaving the tower, but they were opposed by the progressive wing, to whom the reform into a right-wing conservative party would be a death knell. Nonetheless, the political reality of post-war Germany has made a reform to the CVP necessary. The conference of the party was organized in which a new program was drafted, the gates to parliament members were opened in full, and a new agenda of the new Christian party, the CVP, was adopted. So Zentrum is no more. How are you guys doing? I think you're basically doing fine. How long... Where's my navy, actually? Did they arrive yet? They're almost here. You guys can combine. We can open up sea lanes around Ireland. Are we at war with anybody else? No, I do not believe so. The Entente's still at war with the Mexicans, but I don't really have any interest in dealing with North American affairs. Okay, we have taken this area now. So what if we prepare our own naval invasion from here? Let's set one going to this area for now. And let's bring over... How many infantry divisions do we have? 14. Deploy what you can here. We'll have the rest on kind of like a fallback line. And you are also a Germanization province, so this will go to us afterwards, I believe. Okay, excellent. And I just want... 6 infantry, I think, should be okay. Maybe. So your plan is ready to go in 17 days. Which honestly ain't too bad at all. See if you can maybe move our way around like this. Purple Army has arrived. You guys need a battle plan to move your way down into Transimir. What up? Where's Blue Army? Yeah, Blue Army's going to go deal with the Norwegians. Which shouldn't be like that bad. Okay, Woe of the Vanquished. So what else do we have down here? Russian Federation, autonomous states, more compliance for our military governments. We can just steal factories away from the what are you? It's completed the focus clash of civilizations. Okay, so we can't take over Scapa Flow, at least not quite yet. Second wave of parliamentarianism. Yeah, let's put our new constitution to a vote. I don't see a reason why we should lose. Yeah, Blue Army, you can also just kind of go for it. Go take Seoul. You can just walk up the coastline, go towards Busan. And you guys can launch when you're able to. My navy, please go to Hong Kong. At least for right now. For our research, sure. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter what we actually take. How long until we are actually in Pyongyang? We'll be in Pyongyang in 7 hours. That's going to be a supply hub for us, which is nice. You guys actually don't have a battle plan. Your battle plan is just push. I didn't say like it was an incredibly complex battle plan. It's just kind of go for it and hope for the best. So some mountaineering divisions, some infantry divisions here. We can get encirclement on you. Move our way down towards Seoul. What's naval supremacy looking like? 14 versus 153 to 181. Less ships in this region, but even then, like, not by that much. So, what, 38% for a potential naval invasion in Taiwan? Honestly, it's not incredible. Okay, move our way down towards Seoul. Move your way back up for the time being. Get an encirclement on you guys. You have no supplies whatsoever, huh? It's a little bit of a shame. You know, all of my naval units. Delete any old orders you had. You guys delete any old orders that you had as well. Let's just bring the entirety of the Navy over to China. You know what? What about, like, naval dockyards? Right, I have literally no... No, I have building slots over here. Okay. Build some naval dockyards. Do I have any other territory? The answer... I think the answer is, like, no. Genuinely. I guess we can build some, like, some supply hubs. Why? I don't know, but they're expensive. So, I mean, it'll take a long time for them to actually get built. Okay, large cannons. Do we have even started nuclear weapons? We should start a nuclear program. Seems reasonable to me. Blue Army, move your way down towards here. Vladivostok will fall pretty soon. Let's break Japanese ciphers. 110 days. Honestly, I would say that's pretty reasonable. Okay, push away to Fuzhou. Bolivia has fallen to Argentina. We'll be able to take Nanjing, which would mean that the KMT is not going to collapse and not going to ruin our position in China. After that, we'll probably end up back in the Fatine government in any kind of unification war there. The Constitutional Amendment vote. Plans for reform to the Imperial Constitution have been drafted ever since the formation of the Democratic Union in 1936. And now, at the end of the Second Weltkrieg, they have finally put into place, though the Kaiser had little to do with it, and is in fact opposed to many of the proposals for the constitutional reform. The term Wilhelmine Constitution has already begun floating through the press and civil society. After all, it would be the crowning achievement of the Wilhelmine era. It has It may have begun with the personal regiment of the Kaiser and the tyranny of the OHL during the First Weltkrieg, but ended with a victory for the democratic process and became synonymous with the parliamentarianization of the empire. The end result has surprised even radical social democrats in the left wing of the SPD. It turns out that a successful negotiation process allowed the SPD to bend all of its coalition partners to accept pretty much all of its demands. The government system has now been fully parliamentarianized, the powers of the reactionary states have been curtailed, the progressive reforms such as women's suffrage have been passed. Germany has, finally, entered the ranks of a modern civilized state. Okay, we're getting like 1 trillion modifiers. Consumer goods minus 10%. Factory output, like, it's all just good. Thank you. Hell yeah. Okay, what are we looking at next? I'm surprised this is even still available. We're just a major country? Okay. So this is, I'm thinking, for more military stuff, which I don't think I care too much about. Post-war election. When's our election happening? 43 April. So soon, somewhat soon. Infrastructure here. Well, let's start moving our way to civilian administration in France and Russia. And Britain, I think, by extension. Okay, we have taken Nanjing. Happy to see it. How many of these do I have, by the way? Oh, God, too many. Don't worry about it. Just click off. Don't look. Can we move from this province to this province? No. But I can move to this. I want you guys to take over this supply hub. You're also a supply hub here. Purple Army is doing, I would say, pretty good. The Japanese basically already been kicked out of China, which is good for us. Do we have any air bases here? 200. You know what we should actually do? Let's build up air bases. Let's just build up like a stupid high amount of air bases here. Throw these to the top. As well as getting radar stations in all of our possessions. Apparently we can't build any legation cities. It's a little annoying that we are not allowed to build infrastructure if our allies haven't researched the upgrade. I don't think that really makes a lot of sense, but it's fine. You can push here. The KMT is actually making it so that we can't actually attack because they retreat and then force us to retreat, which is very annoying. Okay, 83 on you. Can I hold? Look, my dude, hold position. My man, go to Shanghai. It'll be a nice city for us. Now, supplies here are not great. This will be finished in 7 days. We only have 4 divisions in the south. You guys need to be pushing your way up north. Get that going. Do we have any railway cannons ready to go? We have 2. There we go. Send them to China. They'll have a fun time doing that. Okay, you're 38%. Yeah, the naval base here. What do we have? We can have up to 400 planes. Do I have any naval bombers? Not necessarily, but we have some other stuff. I want all of you to do some naval strikes, do some port strikes. You can fly up here for a second. And then we need to get another smaller plane. Let's just say you. We can send you up here as well. Now, I don't know if that percentage is really going to do a huge amount for us. The handful of planes. Well, I don't think the planes have actually gotten here yet. But once they get here, we might get like a 10% boost. Which is fine. Vladivostok's going to fall. Will that actually capitulate the Transamere? Because we've already taken some of the northern cities. It might lead to them collapsing. Which is going to lead to the Japanese around here being basically inert. There we go. Now, why did this go to the left KMT? It actually didn't. It went to Langguang, which, okay, sure. But I will say, at least right now, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up. Not enjoying, play some down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.